Most of us don't wake up one day and decide to live smaller, hold back, or stay stuck. It usually happens quietly. We notice that some things feel easy for others, but not for us. That we hesitate where others move forward. That we want closeness, success, or visibility, and yet something inside pulls the brakes. We often explain it away. That's just my personality. I'm not wired like that. I've always been this way. But what if it's not who you are? What if it's what you learned? In transactional analysis, these early, internalized rules are called injunctions.
An injunction is not a rule someone clearly stated. It's not a punishment or a conscious decision. An injunction is an emotional conclusion a child makes about what is safe, allowed, or acceptable based on their early environment. It doesn't sound like, "You're not allowed to do this." It sounds more like, "If I do this, something bad will happen. If I'm like this, I won't be loved. It's safer not to go there." Injunctions are learned before language, before logic. They live in the nervous system, not just in the mind. They come from tone, facial expression, silence, tension, distance, from the emotional climate a child grows up in. A child doesn't analyze. A child adapts. If joy makes the room tense, joy becomes risky. If emotions overwhelm the adults, emotions become dangerous. If curiosity is mocked, thinking becomes unsafe. And so the child makes quiet, brilliant decisions. Decisions meant to preserve connection.
This is important. Injunctions are not mistakes. They are survival strategies. A child depends on caregivers for everything: safety, food, love, belonging. They can't leave. They can't negotiate power. They can't say, "This environment doesn't work for me." So instead, they adjust themselves. If love comes with compliance, they comply. If attention comes only through illness, they get sick. If being too much creates distance, they shrink. An injunction is a child saying, "I will change myself so I don't lose you." That choice is not weak. It's adaptive. It's intelligent. The challenge is not that injunctions exist. The challenge is that we grew up, but the rules didn't update. We have adult bodies, adult skills, adult resources, but the old internal signals are still there. Don't. Careful. That's too risky. So adults end up holding back right before success, craving intimacy but keeping emotional distance, knowing what they want but not acting on it, feeling deeply but staying disconnected from themselves, living responsibly but not fully. Not because they lack courage or ability, but because once upon a time, this was the safest option.
This is not about blaming parents, and it's not about fixing what's wrong with you. It's about awareness, about recognizing the invisible rules that may still be shaping your choices, about honoring the child who adapted in order to survive, and about offering yourself something new: permission. Once injunctions are named, they lose their absolute power. They stop being walls and become doors. And for the first time, you get to choose: stay where you are or step forward.
In the pages that follow, we'll explore each of the core injunctions one by one, not as labels, not as diagnoses, but as patterns that once protected you and that can now be understood, softened, and changed. Because real adulthood begins with choice.
There are 12 basic injunctions described by Bob and Mary Goulding, therapists who studied how life scripts are formed in childhood. Here they are.